Good afternoon, everybody, and it's a pleasure to be back in the bush giving you all the updates here on Lapalala Nature Reserve. So, this is footage from Corne's game drive yesterday. We're very lucky to have guests here at Lapalala, so we can share this experience with them. So, one of the first animals we came across was our flagship animal, the rowan. On his way down to Kubu Dam, Corne was very fortunate in finding this rather large herd of buffalo. These buffalo are very familiar with this area as they used to live here for a number of years, because this is the old breeding camp sites. Lapalala is in the process of taking down all the fences of the breeding camps because all these animals are now being introduced into the game reserve and have a whole 50,000 hectares to traverse. But the buffaloes do remember that they were fed in this area, so they have a really good memory and come back in hopes that they might find a little bit of food in these troughs, as it's a very dry time of year and quite difficult for them to find food out in the bush. That's why we decided to release them last year already, so that they can learn. But you can't blame them for taking a chance in this dry time. But there is no food for them. They're going to have to move off and find their own food. So very close to the dam was this pair of male giraffes. If you can't tell by the horns, it's always nice to look at the belly of a giraffe. Males have a belly button, where females lack that. Of course, it's not really a belly button, but that's a family-friendly term if you've got young kids. But otherwise, it's the penile sheath. And you'll be able to see it if both these males turn to the side. You'll see they've got that little bump underneath their belly. Now, giraffes are quite special in that they get 3 collective nouns. When they're moving along like this, you call it a journey of giraffes. When they're stationary feeding, you call it a tower of giraffes. And then when you see 2 males fighting or necking, you call that a kaleidoscope of giraffes. So they are quite special in getting 3 different collective nouns. Now, as I mentioned, these are 2 males, and you can see clearly the belly button on their tummy there. And this larger male is probably just trying to assert his dominance on this young male. This young male is probably just left his mother and trying to make it on his own, and this big male just showing him his place. And then on the dam wall at Kubu Dam, we found this adult female from the Western Pride who had her eyes set on a water buck in the distance. Her sisters were just on the left hand side, a little bit down on the dam wall. And they made a valiant effort at trying to catch this water buck. But unfortunately, it was not their day and the water buck got away. Lions only have about a 25% success rate, if you can imagine that. But it wasn't all too bad, as the cubs then made an appearance. And here you can see them. They are getting more and more confident and curious as the days go past, and it is such an amazing thing to watch these cubs grow up in front of our eyes and to watch their confidence levels rise and rise and rise, as seen here walking right past the vehicle, a little bit apprehensive of course, but their confidence levels to a few videos ago, I don't know if you recall, but they would never have been this close, being a little bit smaller. So the Western Pride doing fantastically, moved slightly away from Tinswalo at the moment to Kubu Dam, but I'm sure it won't be long before they're back in front of Tinswalo and giving us amazing sightings. So really glad to be back in the bush, and see you next time, guys, from all of us here at Tinswalo, where conservation never stops.